Hi crafty gang. I was asked recently which were the best craft things I'd acquired this year, which got me thinking I could also do a list of which are the worst, the ones I wish I hadn't got. Yeah, watch this space, I'll do that at some point. Anyway, because this got me thinking, I've made a list, and this is the stage my craft room has got to so far. Still a bit of a mess, still working on it, but it's now a workable space, which is great. So just waiting for some more clips to come from my boards and oh yeah, more stuff. Anyway, so let's have a look at my list. I'm not going to show you. I'll do them in, should we do them in reverse order? Yeah, let's do them in reverse order. First of all, at number 10, you may remember that I had awful trouble with one of my levelling tables, and it has turned out, because I've had a much closer look at it since, that the wood has warped. That's why it kept unlevelling itself. It's only slight, but of course that's enough to make a big difference when your resin is not level. It's just, yeah, it only needs to be slightly off and it's a nightmare. So I give you my glass one that I've replaced it with, and it is absolutely lovely. It's from Let's Resin and it is a beautiful thing, as you can see. So really pleased with that. It is performing beautifully. It's great. So let me take that off my list. Glass levelling table, it looks nice too. I like kit that looks nice. Next on my list then, what would I say? Probably an expensive bit of kit actually. The airless machine, which I've just been trying to clean actually. This little fella. I'm actually in the middle of filming you an update on how I'm finding this after having had it for a few months. Quick summary for you though, it's fab. The thing is, because of the type of resin I use, I don't need it very often. The same goes for the silicone actually, but on the odd occasion, like I'm planning to do a big pyramid soon, that I will be very glad I've got this guy. I should be doing a deep pour resin and mixing bits of it up at a time, running it through this to get the bubbles out, pouring it in, then do another pot and so on. I should be very glad I've got it then. So for the rare occasion I do find I need to use it, it's good. It's very good. And that also predates me getting help from any suppliers I've had, because I've had it from before that all happened. So that I did pay full price for, and the rather hefty import costs from America. Luckily I picked up a discount code from Daniel Cooper's product review, and that helped. It more or less negated the delivery costs from America. So that was a very expensive bit of kit. I just hope it lasts so that I never have to buy another one, because it was expensive. So that's the airless. The other, let me see, where should we go next? Oh yeah, let's get on to some of my more bargain stuff that I'm so glad I bought. In some places, so glad I bought more of them. First of all, this little guy, really cheap mould. You'll have seen this in a lot of my videos. So this is at my, what are we up to? Number 8. Number 8. It'll be 8, won't it? Told you what I'm like with maths. So at my number 8 is the heart mould. Now, you'll have seen this. I use it for making pocket hugs. Also, if I'm demonstrating to you a whole load of techniques really quickly, and I only want to use small amounts of resin, but I still need a decent size so that you can see it well on camera. I mean, this is just the job. I've now got 3 of these. This is the newest one. The first one I damaged it because I did over torch, but the other 2 are like pristine. So, but I've kept the other one as a spare because it makes a good paint palette, which is really handy. So that is at number 8. So where are we? Hearts. That's number 8. So at number 7, what should I put at number 7? Oh, I know. I think my drying machine. This is recent. Resin has sent it to me, so this was a gift from them. And you may have seen my product review video on it. It's really good. Now I've got a big 3-story one that I used to use quite a lot as well. And obviously I've got heat mats and all that sort of thing. But that is just so nice and compact. It's something I just leave it on my, it's actually on my levelling table at the moment, and there it lives, and I have just been using it, in fact. So as you'll see, there's something in it because I have just been using it. I'm just letting that cool down and I will have a beautifully cured thing. It's taking my normal sort of 20-hour cure resin that I usually find cures a bit quicker than that anyway, but it's taking that right down to sort of 4 or 5 hours. And what it does with a fast cure resin that takes only 2 hours to cure anyway is quite staggering. It's almost rivaling polyurethane resin. So I would say let's put that in my top list at number 7. I was doing a top 10, wasn't I? So what should we say next? More moulds, actually. Not a ridiculously bargain mould, but terrifically good value. I've got a whole load of these. I got a bit obsessed with making crystals. I still have got a huge crystal marathon video to edit for you, in fact, where I made, I think, 13, all using different things to back and colour them with and things like that. They're from Julie Art Studio. Now, did pay full whack for these. I'm not on any sort of affiliate thing with Julie Art Studio, and my goodness, I'm glad I did. They're worth every penny. These are the most beautiful crystal moulds. If I remember rightly, she did actually mould these from real crystals, so they don't have that over uniform, too perfect look that some crystal moulds have, and they are so shiny. And I've been using and using and using all of them. I think I've got about 8 or 9 of them now, all different sizes. Just absolutely fantastic. So that is right up there on my best buys list. So where are we up to? That would make that number 6, wouldn't it? 6, yeah. So let's say coming in at number 5. Number 5. Now you'll have to excuse the state of this. I've just been using it, haven't cleaned it yet. But my coaster mould from Moulds and Shapes, I've got only a few of their moulds so far because I'm sort of getting the next one when I can afford it and so on. These are amazing. I've got so many coaster moulds that I use when I'm like messing about and stuff, but if I'm going to do something properly, I use this because it is so shiny. It demolds so easily. It's got a nice depth to it. It's just a total pleasure to work with. So where are we now? That would be my number 5 on my best buys or acquisitions of the year. So where's that? There's 5. Coming in at number 4. What would be at number 4? I would say we're on to more moulds. This one. It's a bit hard to see what it makes when I show it you like this, but you're probably guessing it's some sort of little fat pot. Let me show you. I absolutely love this. This was a cheap mould. I think, was this a Temu one? I think it might have been a Temu one. If not, it will be just off Amazon or something, but it was a very cheap mould. And look, this is what it makes. Now, the lid won't go on properly because I've almost tip them out. I filled it with stuff, but just look at that. Isn't that adorable? And I've just waxed it to seal it. And that's just lovely. I just love it. It's just, I want to cuddle it. It's just a lovely little mould. So, the pot that was on my list is the pot. I knew I'd know what that meant. So, where are we? That is at number 4. So, at number 3, I would say the Eco Pour that I made this with. I've tried a lot of these resin alternatives, the white powder ones, and settled on Eco Pour because it's just pure. It's just lovely to work with, and look how white the white is. My top is pure white. The light might be making it look a bit creamier. I don't know. This is the same. Honestly, it's absolutely white. Cures fast. That's really very tactile, that surface. I just love working with it. In fact, I have a cunning plan. I'm going to have a go at making a load of jewellery with it because I haven't seen many people making jewellery with these eco resin alternative type things yet. So I'm going to run a whole series of making jewellery with Eco Pour. So where are we up to? Was that number 3? Yeah, number 3. I can't count, as you know. So what should we put in at number 2 then? It's got to be these pegboards. I've got them on my list, so let's mark them off as number 2. There's one thing left. Bet you're wondering what it is. Bet you're all thinking it's something to do with dragons or frogs, maybe. Anyway, these pegboards are incredible. They're just from IKEA. And I've now got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 big ones and 2 small ones. The 2 small ones have got my jewellery on and things like that, and all the stuff I want to hang up in my bedroom. Now, the IKEA things that you can get to fit on these boards, they're called SKADIS. That's SKADIS. That's it. There's a huge range of these different clips and shelves and all this sort of things. They're really versatile. But if you've been watching my videos recently, you'll know that I've got very excited to have found a load of compatible stuff and a jolly nice 3D printing firm that's doing me some perfectly to fit the sizes of bottles that we tend to use, like the alcohol ink and the pigments and that sort of thing. So watch this space, because the prototype has been made. It's great. Within the next few days, he said it'd be early in the new year, those will be actually available on eBay. So as soon as they are, I will take some photos, do you a quick recap, show you how they work, and we'll see how good the bottles fit, that sort of thing. And I'll give you the link. Now, I'm not on commission from that chap at all. I'm not getting freebies off him. To be fair, he has sent me a couple of free clips. But I've just put in an order, because I said, if you get them made, how much? Price is great. So I've sent him 90 quid for 10 of those clips and another couple of things. So yeah, watch this space. I'm just really pleased to have found somebody who can make them for us, to be honest. So coming in at number 1. Did any of you think it might be the frog mould? Because it is. I love the frog mould. This is another one where I've ended up with 3 of these. The second one I bought by accident, because I'd forgotten I'd ordered the first one, saw it and ordered another one. That's what happens when you've had a glass of wine and you're on Amazon, I'm afraid. Yeah, I think I've ended up with a few duplicates like that. Anyway, I loved it so much, and I was sort of mass producing them, and I thought, this was the first one, I thought it had got damaged. So I bought another one, so I could make 3 all at once. Because it turned out this one wasn't damaged at all. My eyes were deceiving me. I thought I'd actually scratched that lovely shiny surface in there, and I hadn't. But I know this is the first one because it's got a little mark there that I can't get off, so I know that's the first one. But there we go. So number 1, my favourite frog mould. Anyway, I hope that was mildly entertaining. As I said, at some point I will do you a video on the things that I bought and wished I hadn't. Some of which are already in the bin, so I just have to describe them or find the link for where I've bought them from and, yeah, do a screenshot or something. I don't know, but that could be a bit of a giggle. Might save you some money, you never know. And I don't know. I thought the other thing I might do is, if there's any of you thinking of doing filming and having your own YouTube channel, I still struggle with lights and sound and things like that. In fact, I've just realised I forgot to plug my mic in. So the sound might not be brilliant on this video, but I am just filming with my phone and some cheap lights. If anybody would like me to do a bit of a review of the lights and the microphone, and because some I found were rubbish, I wasted money. Others have been, whoa, blimey, that was a bargain. You know, none of it has cost me much except for the phone. That, when I started filming with it, was a brand new, latest state-of-the-art iPhone. It's now been superseded by the iPhone 15, of course, which I haven't got yet. Can't really afford to upgrade just yet. But yeah, if you'd like me to do a bit of a video on my tech, it won't be a go get this because this is brilliant, this is the one I recommend or anything like that. It'll just be, this is what I've tried and this is what I'm finding and this is how it's going and what I'm still kind of struggling a bit with, that sort of thing. If that's of interest, let me know. Finally, there's one thing I've got to show you, and I am going to have to get the phone off the holder for this because I have you all to thank 100% for this, and I wanted to show you something very, very specific. Bear with me one moment. So these last few weeks, there's been quite a few of you buying me a coffee, and I had my first payout from the Buy Me a Coffee thing and bought myself a chair with some of it. There we go. Isn't it awesome? That was, that was a bargain too, to be honest. Didn't take all the money. That was a grand total of 40 quid. So those of you who bought me a coffee recently, that is where a big chunk of it went. And I love it. Please excuse the mess. I said there was a lot to work on still. But there you are. Meet my new chair, and it's purple. So there we are, gang. I hope that gave you a bit of a giggle, if nothing else. And I will see you for the next video. Happy New Year, all of you. Hope you had an awesome Christmas, and I'll see you soon.